well, many schools continue to arrive for the National Science and Maths Quiz for this year, with many of the schools aiming for the ultimate. In all, 135 schools are expected to compete, and already about 100 have touched down at the University of Ghana. We know that Kobo Girls, Prempeh College, Opokuwari Senior High have all arrived, but Nancy Radosi is at the University of Ghana. Nancy.
Well, Gifty, it's been an amazing day, I must tell you. I mean, yesterday we had some exciting, students around, but today I can also tell you that we have equally exciting students around. We're expecting about 135 schools, but I can say that I'm sure that over 100 schools already have arrived. But on this block, which is on the J. Nelson Hall at the University of Ghana, I can say that there are so many of the students here. I've been speaking to some of them. It's been exciting. But I know that some of the rooms here have students and they are busily learning. And what I want to do is to enter and surprise them and speak to them and find out what we should be expecting from them. Of course, they will say they're going to be winning, but what extra are they bringing on board?
Go right ahead.
Let me knock and then find out what is happening here. Okay, so inside here are students from the St. Thomas Aquinas, that's Evans Benson School. Aquinas. 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 Okay, so I see that there are about 5 people seated around this table. And let me move to the trainer first, because I would want him to tell me whether they are all contestants, because we need just about 32 of them. But why are all these 5 people basically studying here?
Yeah, they are basically studying because all of them are ready for action, and they are so perfect that I'm here to decide which to sit on the hot seat.
Wow, so as of now, you don't know who is going to represent your school?
As of now, I don't know.
So what is going to be the final determination of who gets to sit in the hot seat?
I will know.
You'd know?
I will know.
Wow.
So during this period, there are some few tests I'll be taking them through, and depending on who excel in it, I'll be able to determine the person. I'll pick the person from it.
Wow. So what I'm going to do is that let me try and then speak to maybe 2 or 3 of them to find out how the expectations and what we should be expecting from St. Thomas Aquinas. I mean, anytime you guys come, the Jama is wild. The old Toms come and they want to impress. But I see that you are smiling to me a lot. So let me come to you. What's your name, sir?
Desmond Abibio.
Sorry?
Desmond Abibio.
Desmond, you are a possible candidate for this National Science and Math Quiz. How do you feel about that?
I feel very happy because of this great opportunity that has been given unto me, because not everybody could get this opportunity, but since I've been selected to be part of this team, I think it's a great thing for each and every one of us here.
And for you, what should we be expecting differently from St. Thomas Aquinas?
Okay, I would say that we should expect just the best from our candidates and nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best. I still want to speak to, okay, I see somebody, a gentleman here. You're very quiet. What's your name?
Abdullah Fauzan.
You're coming to represent St. Thomas Aquinas. You guys have made strides in the past, and I'm sure that this year is going to be big for you, right?
Yes, please.
How has the training been for you especially?
Okay, it has been smooth. So we've gone through the training since Form 1, Form 2, and we are working towards lifting the trophy.
How confident are you that you're winning?
95%.
Oh, okay. They are 95% sure that they're going to be winning this year's National Science and Math Quiz. I mean, when I came here, they were already quiet and all of that, but let me charge you a bit, okay? So, Aquinas. 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 Oh, is that all? I want to see the Vimo. So, Aquinas. Okay. So, let me move again to some other schools. I don't know what is happening there. But, Gifty, that was St. Thomas Aquinas, and I'm sure Evans Mensa will be excited about it. But I also hear some voices in this room, and I know that some students are here. Let me get to find out which school in particular are in this room. Okay. So, there's some Jama already going on. There's some charging, I guess. Okay. 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 So I didn't know the school until I saw that on their uniform it's been written Frafraha Community Day School. This school, they've been referred to as the Giant Slayers at the Accra regional level. Please come close to me. Okay, all the contestants, please come. Come close. I know you're all taller than me, but it's fine. I can manage. Okay, let me speak to you first. I saw you when the bus arrived. You were smiling throughout. You got down, you were smiling. I came to greet your teachers, you were smiling. In fact, I'm reliably informed that during the Accra tournament, you kept on smiling even when the questions were being posed to you. What is it about the smile? You're confusing, like what is happening?
I know that's how our motives, that's how we behave. Even if we are down or down with a point, we still smile because we know we will make it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like the smile is like a secret weapon.
Yeah.
So what is
Scare them.
to just scare them?
Yeah.
But let me ask you, how were you able to do it? How were you able to defeat the giant schools in Accra to get the highest points? What did you do differently?
First of all, we thank our Almighty God because He has sent us within 1 month. We could just come together and prepare ourselves for this regional contest. First we thought we couldn't make it, but because of the encouragement of our staffs, our teachers, our tutors, and even our colleagues, teamwork, and then we made it.
Okay. Gifty, let me say that this school is just 3 years old, if I am right. It's a community day school that was set up just about 3 years ago. And this is the first time they are representing in the National Science and Math Quiz. And already they're being referred to as the Giant Slayers. That's how big they are. But I heard your friend, your colleague, he says, you guys are ready. Tell me how the preparation has been and what we should expect from Frafraha Community Day School.
I would say we should expect the best from Frafraha Community Day School because we ourselves, we know that we have tried our best in learning. We've done all we can do to be able to defeat those big schools. So we are very sure that we can make it this time as well.
Clap for him. Give him a hand. Okay, let me count. You know what I want you to do for me? I want you to look into that camera, and your opponents are watching you. The schools from Pesek, Adisadel College, West Africa Senior High School, Prempe, Infantepim, Bishop Herman, Mauli, all the schools are watching you right now. I want you to look into the camera and tell them something. Tell them something.
Okay, with me, I would like to tell my fellow counterparts that as Fakosh as we are coming with a very big force. And so they should prepare really for us because as we come, we are not going to give them the chance to go freely.
Fakosh!
We are shining brighter and brighter.
Fakosh! Fakosh!
We are shining brighter and brighter.
We are shining brighter and brighter. No wonder your uniforms are bright. Okay, so Frafraha's Day School. Let's go to the next room. I do not know which school is exactly there, but I would want to find out. I see that this entire stretch is full of students, and it's just amazing how they all got it because just yesterday it wasn't so. Okay, I am getting used to the anthem. I think I know the school it is, but I need to confirm, Gifty. Okay.
Mama, arise and shine. Mary Mama, arise and shine. Educate for service is a motto which we so much dearly cherish. With love, unity, and godly fear, we are always successful in our endeavors. And so we cry again, arise and shine, arise and shine. Mary Mama, hey, arise and shine. Always for Mother Grace Sector. Arise and shine, arise and shine. Mary Mama, hey, arise and shine. Always for Mother Grace Sector.
Okay, so I am sure that Gifty by now you are conversant with this. This is the Mary Mama, this Koforidia Sectec. You are a big school, you know that. Yes. You are a big school. I'm not putting the film, but you are a big school, you know that.
Yes.
You are a big school.
Yes.
Mary Mama.
Arise and shine.
Mary Mama.
Arise and shine.
Last one, let's make noise. Last one, Mary Mama.
Arise and shine.
Okay, so I like them already. Who are the three contestants? The three of you, or the three of you, or the three of you? Okay, so let me start by speaking to you. You are closer to me. I saw that you are so intense singing the song. What does this competition mean to you?
This competition means very great to us. In fact, we are in with God that we are going to make it, because the Bible says that for His grace is all that we need, and His power works best in our weakness. Since we've trained, we've prayed, we've worked very hard, we are grateful, we are much enthusiastic that we are going to win this competition.
Please give him a hand. So he is saying that grace is there, they've trained, and so he knows that he's used his hand, he's touched it, he's worked towards it, and so God is going to do the rest. Let me go to the next contestant and find out from him how the preparations have been. I see him working a lot of mass. In fact, if you tell me to work any of this, I tell you I will not be able to do jack. But take me through how the training has been. When did you guys start training? How has it been? Has it been easy? Has it been very difficult?
Well, we started back in Form 1, where our teachers selected us through our examinations, tests, and others, and we used to follow our seniors to observe trial contests. And when we come back, the teachers things we are not that familiar with, and also when we go to Form 3, with their help, their coach and assistants, we've been able to cover a lot, and with the help of God, we know, and we are hopeful that this year, with God, we are going to make it.
Okay. He said you'll be able to make it. Give him some goza. Thank you. Who should I speak to? I want somebody who can speak speak and brag. Who? When they join the Numa Hapa, who is that? Please come closer to me. Okay. Okorie, you are the great Okorie.
That's right.
What does Okorie mean?
Okorie is a local name for the eagle. No?
Oh, the Okodie, but you say Okorie.
Yes.
Okorie, and say Okorie. Yes. Okay. Do you know what I want you to do? You see the camera?
Okay.
Other schools are watching you. The big names, those big names in quotes. I want to look them into the eye and tell them something.
Right now, I want to tell those so-called big schools that this competition, we are all in all for it. We've prepared well, as you can see what is going on over here. And we hope by grace and by the strength of God, we shall move to the platform, that is the final platform. And by His grace, mercy, we are going to make it. No matter what, no matter the circumstance, no matter the school that we are going to meet, by God's grace, we are going to move to the final platform.
Okay, thank you very much. Mama.
Arise and shine.
Mama.
Arise and shine.
You are confident your boys are winning?
Yes, we are very confident. We know that we have worked really hard. Trust me, we tried. We started this long time ago. So far, KSTS, our best performance has been in the semi-finals with the help of our old students, our headmaster, our teachers back in school, and everybody who has been with us. And then we know that God is always going to also be with us. We'll try and do better than we have done before. We have so much confidence. We believe in ourselves. I believe so much in our boys, and we know that we are going to make it.
Please give your teacher a round of applause. Okay, so Mama are there, and it's amazing. What I can say is that the excitement is in the air. Every school are geared up, and they are ready to take, the trophy back to their region. But if you realize, each room we went to, there's a build-up. They hear their colleagues in other rooms and they want to do better than them. So once we're interviewing, I could hear a next room singing, and so we just need to find out which school it is, because I honestly do not know this one. Okay.
And then sparkles bright, your glorious sun, showing avenues of manhood and state. Put on your chest, balances and down, and swing. Draw from the holy rays upon thereof, and tell them measures of your tongue worthy.
The best ever.
Okay, are you an old student? Yes.
I'm an old student.
You're an old student.
Yes.
I see that you came to support your crew. What are you expecting them to do this time?
In fact, let me be frank with you. This time around, we are coming for the cup. Other schools, they should just forget about themselves.
As a matter of fact, we are serious. I mean, you can see my face. I mean,
It's true.
it has been a while. I mean, for the past 26 years, no school from the Volta region has been able to take this very cup. But this very year, Zion College! Zion College!
Okay, please give us a round of applause. I like your vim. I like your vim. This is Zion College from the Volta region. Is it a boys' school? It's a mixed school. Now that it's a mixed school, I think I now remember who attended the school in our newsroom. Mama V. Owusua Boaje. Mama V. Owusua Boaje is an anchor at JoyNews, and I'm sure she's watching. So give us some goza. All right. Who are the contestants? Okay. So because we're out of time, please look into the camera. Tell us what we should expect from Zico.
Okay, nothing but the best. I think for the past years, when Zico started going for science and maths, this is our second time. We started our first time on at the national level at 2017. But 2018, we couldn't make it. But this year, we are coming to make a difference. Yes. So we are just here for the ultimate.
Hey, you are here for the ultimate. It's exciting. I mean, you want to say something? Okay, tell me.
That 2017, I happened to be one of the contestants, and so far the experience, we have gathered all the experiences, and we are releasing everything to them. So
we're releasing it.
Everything. That's why I'm here. All the energy. In fact, more than we are multiplying. In fact, exponential rate. Exponential rate. In fact, I'm frank with you. The boys. I mean, these two boys.
Yeah.
They are more. They said Messi and Ciro. They are joking.
Oh, so like the
academic Maradonas. I mean, they are coming. They will see everything for themselves. The what? Academic Maradonas. I mean, they should expect something. The Flash. I mean, have you seen Flash? The way that Flash used to run. I mean, they will be solving the questions. In fact, enough is enough. Let me.
Charlie, I am feeling this school already. All I can say is that we'll be meeting you guys on the stage, and we are watching you. Great. So you've done a great job. We'll be following Gifty. Quickly, I know we're out of time, but very quickly, just a minute. I just want to find out, because they're already, doing some small drama in there. Just briefly, I want to find out which school is in there. Okay, they're just fine, but I mean, they are charging up. Okay. This is Anglo Senior High. Oh, Anglo, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, so who are the contestants? You are here. Are you a contestant? Okay, so let me speak to you. We are about to wrap up. So just kind of look into the camera for me and tell us what we should be expecting from Anglo Senior High School.
Okay, what I want to tell you what this time around, Anglo Senior High is going to surprise all the schools here. You're going to be one of the recent giant slayers. I swear you should be expecting at the finals. I'm telling you. Give it up for me.
You also think that you are also going to win, right?
Yes, this time around, we are not here to play. We are here to win. We are here to take the trophy to Volta region. So be expecting us. All that's what we want to be expecting from us.
Okay, it's been amazing. It's been amazing, Gifty. I must say that all the schools we've spoken to are exciting to listen to. They convince you so much. They tell you that they are winning this for good, and yes, they could win it. So Gifty, this is how excited these students are. They cannot wait for Monday. Mondays when all the fun is going to begin. The prelims are going to be starting on Monday. And I can say that from what you've seen so far, all the schools are ready and willing to take the trophy back home.
Thank you very much, Nancy Emefa Jadosi there. Emefa, you yourself look like you reminisce your days in school. I'm not sure you partook in any of the National Science and Maths quiz. Maybe if there was an English quiz, you would have won.
I didn't.
Nancy, have fun.
Yay.
And have fun and tell them that it's not the morpho. It's the stage and what you do on the stage.
It's true, it's true. But Gifty, your school is also around. I'm going to try and speak to them at Shimon Senior High School. I wanted to surprise you, but we haven't located their room, and I'm going to pull that surprise one of these days.
I didn't know they made it, but congratulations to them if they did make it. Nancy, thank you very much. Nancy Emefa Jadosi coming to us live from the University of Ghana. She says she's going to look for my school. Well, we'll see how they go, how she gets them, and then we'll see whether or not they'll do better than Mamavi's school, which you just heard with all the braggings and all. Unfortunately, we're unable to bring you sports. But you know what's coming up next week? It's all about the National Science and Maths quiz. You want to cheer up your school. You want to stand in the gap for them with some prayers as well. And you want to go to the University of Ghana or follow us on the hashtag NSMQ on Joy, NSMQ on Joy. NSMQ on Joy. That's the hashtag. You want to tweet, you want to be on Facebook, you want to talk about it next week. In the meantime, log on to myjoyonline.com for more news and information. Our carefully selected stories for you out there. Our top story, by the way, is a gentleman who tried to hang himself, perhaps out of frustration. He says he has a dislocated shoulder. He's been trying to get his member of parliament to help him. He's not been successful, so he tried to commit suicide in parliament today. That story is there for you. Scroll all the way down on that page. Follow our conversations here on the Joy News channel from AM show up until Joy News Prime. You won't miss a thing if you do. As always, many thanks for being my guest for today. My name is Gifty Ando Apia. Thank you so much. Do stay for our business bulletin, which comes up right after this. But let's talk showbiz is how we wrap the polls all up for you. Do stay and enjoy.